notary practice. Now, you guys may not have heard this before, right? You never heard anyone put this together this way. But after being in this game for a while, and I'm running all over the notary industry, right? And I'm noticing something, and I'm like, we haven't even scratched the surface on the potential of this business and this industry. I'll tell you why. When you interact with a law firm or you interact with a title company, escrow company, paralegal, you can bring them into your mix. You can bring them into your ecosystem, right?
Right.
You can now create a two-way table. Instead of you going to their office and bringing them scrumpets and tea and, you know what I mean? You're trying to schmooze them and everything. You're still positioning your business to be a one-sided channel. Okay, here's some big goods. Now give me leads. Bring me money. You don't think that company wants money too? Think about it. You don't think they would rather you bring them money than baked goods?
Yes.
They can buy their own baked goods. They can buy their own Dunkin' Donuts 12-pack. You bring them Dunkin' Donuts coffee and they drink Starbucks.
Ooh. I'm never calling you.
I'm just saying, right? So turn the tables around, reposition it, look with a different lens of eyes, man, and like look at it and say, how can I benefit this company as well? See, right now, most notaries look at it as, I'm benefiting them by bringing notary service. No, they could find somebody else to do that. Okay, let's do this comparison. Jan goes to the law firm and she brings baked goods, tea, and coffee. She was like, hey, this is Jan. Here's some baked goods and coffee and caffeine. Can I get some leads? Now, she may get some leads out of that. Now, I come in and I say, hey, John, how's it going with the business? Just want to let you know I'm a notary. We have a full service notary practice. We get clients that request services like what you offer all the time.
Right.
Would it be a ridiculous idea to refer some of them to you?
No coffee?
No coffee, no scrumpets.
No gift cards?
No scones. Fucking scone. What's a scone? No scones.
You don't even have a Panera gift card.
Yourself to give business to that client. You know how much more valuable that makes you?
I never call Jan.
In return, my bad. Go ahead, bro.
No, I would never call Jan. I would never call her. I would call you.
Yeah, that's the whole point. It's the elbow, the person that's less deserving. This is why I say, like, when we attack this notary industry, we're reclaiming our thrones, ladies and gentlemen. There's been some cornballs that have been sitting on the throne, eating the biggest feast, enjoying the greatest meals, wearing the finest garment, and they are not deserving of it. So the Ghost Squad, the Notary SEAL team are going to claim our spots. You hear about those tech. You always hear about those people that say, man, I got to keep moving because there's somebody that wants my spot.
Ding, ding, ding.
That's not your spot. Your spot is down the block, Nick. This is our spot. And they know that. They know this, man. They know it. So now we come into the office. We're in a position. This is what a full service notary practice is. We're in a position to bring business to you.
Yes.
And if you happen to have any notary assignments that you want to run by us, we're a nationwide outfit. You got to have to change your wording, ladies and gentlemen. If you want bigger businesses to take you serious. We were talking about it earlier, Tech. Are there any $1 million notary businesses out there?
Yes.
And the answer was yes. The answer was yes. There are companies making $1 million a year doing this notary stuff. I'll give you an example. Notarize.com. That company is ran by a human being. They have a CEO of that company. What would happen, right, Dawn? Let's just say, Dawn, you went to one of these conventions, expos or whatever, and then somebody just happened to introduce you to the CEO of Notarize.com. By the way, Notarize.com just landed a contract with FedEx. For those that did not know, they just brokered the deal with FedEx, ladies and gentlemen. FedEx never offered notary service before. Now they're going to be offering remote online notarizations, in case you didn't know. That's a big deal. Your paperwork and your standards of operations got to be in order for you to land a contract with FedEx. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. International.
That's nothing to sneeze at right there. But did Notarize.com ever think that they would be sitting in front of FedEx? The same way you guys may not be thinking that you're going to sit in front of the CEO of Notarize.com or the CEO of NNA. People that can change your whole life like that. These are breakthroughs right here. Yeah, it's major. Absolutely, Dawn. Those are major situations. Are you preparing for those situations? Or are you playing with the small dogs, man? Like, who are you playing with? Who are you playing with? Are you playing in the small sandbox? Or are you playing in the major sandbox? How would you prepare for a situation like that? Are you ready? Can you call notaries at the drop of a dime?
Or just let the money slip right through your fingers.
And me and Tech agreed on that. It is a horrible feeling, y'all.
Bro, that was my commission expired. For those who don't know, for the record, I'm not technically a notary right now. I mean, I am, but I'm not. I am, but I'm not, because my commission expired 60 days ago. Exactly. Right? On March 2nd.
2 months.
2 months. Yep. Did the phone stop ringing?
Nope.
Absolutely not. It didn't. It's the 3rd day of the month so far, and I've already got 6 appointments lined up already, because we just took a phone call just now. And the reason why is because even though I'm not technically a notary, I have been limited by my company's capabilities. I don't stop doing notarizations, however. Yeah, there's one aspect of the company that's been limited, and that only aspect is the ability for me to personally go out and execute a notarization within like 5 minutes. Like, because 64 to 80% of my business is same day requests, same day. So yeah, you got to build in a buffer there, and I got to, navigate and move a little bit differently. I do miss it, right? I do miss being able to go out there and run those last minute appointments. But I will say something though, Tiger, and you called this. You called it. I will say this. You said you're going to see this industry from a completely different lens, completely, totally different perspective. And you're right. I see it completely from a different. I'm looking at it, my view is much different now because I've completely removed myself, and and you asked me an important question. You were like, you like, now what would you have done if you had never built an agency? If you had never built in the capability to accept it, and then you said, I think this is something that everybody should do. I agree.
Yeah. Because look, 2 months, right? No
Yes.
commission. And then phone calls are still coming in. Bro, you would be sick to your stomach to see all that money just fly out the window. These are people literally balling their money up and throwing it at you like a baseball.
Yeah, I'm like ducking and dodging it.
And you're like, what are you going to say? I'm sorry, there's no notaries available right now. I've been telling people this for years. I said, look, you don't have to start a notary agency. You should at least know the fundamentals of having it, because life happens. You might get a flat tire. Your car needs a new transmission. You're on vacation. You're at a graduation. Anything can happen. Don't stop the money from coming in, though. Don't build a dam to say, money, you stay on that side, I'm going to stay on this side. Man, you create as many funnels as you possibly can. Come on, money over here. Come on, money over here. Come on, money over here. And have it all flowing to you. And you don't have to run these assignments yourself. That's the luxury part of it. So technically, you could have went on a 2-week or a 2-month vacation and still be handling your business on a boat.
That's right.
Come on, man. Come on, y'all.
I can't say that I miss it, man. I don't know. Maybe I'll never go back. I don't know.
It's always good to have, right? You have that option. It's good to have that option, though. That's the main thing of it. You have the option of running appointments if you want to. You might be bored, be like, hey, ain't shit on TV. I'm going to just run this appointment. Boom. Make a quick extra $200. Other than that, you'd be like, because on a scaling purpose, to be able to scale, yeah, you want to dispatch notaries to different locations at the same time. You personally, and I personally cannot, I can only run one appointment at a time. But me as a full service notary practice or notary agency, I can dispatch as many notaries as I possibly can handle. The highest number I've ever dispatched in one day was 5. 5 notaries, all dispatched. I didn't run none of the appointments. And this when I was telling you, Tech, that I was telling Andre Hatchett, like in the notary war room, he was like, how much have I made as a notary? And I told him I was making 10 grand. When that interview came out, I was making about close to 10 grand a month. And the beautiful part of that was I was only running maybe a third or half of the appointments.
Wow.
What? You think I could, bro, running appointments to make 10 racks, I'd be exhausted.
Could you imagine?
So if my minimum sale, my average cost per sale, ladies and gentlemen, was $129. Okay? I would damn near need to run almost a little under 100 assignments.
Let's do the math.
In a month. How often do you think I could keep that up?
10,000. I'm pulling up the calculator right here. Divided by 129.
Was it like 87?
77 and a half.
Okay, I was over by 10.
Mm-hmm. You need to run 77 and and then, oh my God. So
77 appointments, bro. Right?
How long can your engine last doing that?
In a month. Now, is that impossible? No, that's roughly about 2 appointments a day, right. A little bit more on some days, right? Maybe an extra one on the weekends. Did I want to wrap my whole life around that? Hell no. Absolutely not. So that part of the business gave me freedom and still kept the money coming.
Yeah, therein lies the difference between, people say, I'm known for making jokes about the loan signing agents, the notary signing agents, right? And I have nothing, for the record, I have nothing against notary signing agents, but I always say there is a distinct difference between a notary signing agent and notary public. One's a job, and I don't care what nobody say, miss me with it. It's a job. I don't care how you feel or how you feel about it. I'm not saying that to disparage you. I'm just saying you please recognize this. And therein lies the difference. You have to do it. If you run 77 appointments, you have to do that. That's the definition of a job. It won't get done unless you sit at the signing table and stamp the document. Unless you print the documents, it's not going to get done. You have to do that. That's a job. You have to do that. It's nothing bad about that. I'm just saying, you must accept that's what it is. Yeah. But on the business side of this is why loan signing is not a business. So when people say the loan signing business, that's erroneous. That's misleading. When people say loan signing is a business, it's not a business because you have to be there. For a business, you don't have to be there. Like, for example, I'm not a notary right now. So I can still not execute appointments, but I can still schedule appointments, book appointments. I can still, navigate the industry and direct traffic. And I'm leveraging a system, right? Somebody calls me, and I get the information, and then I secure their payment, and then I assign a notary, and then they go and execute it, and then it comes back. There's a step by step, step one to step done. That exists there, but with loan signing, you have to be there. If you're not at the signing table, it doesn't get done. So you're going to do that 77 times and you're going to make $10,000 a month. All right. And then what happens next month when you do that 76 times? And then the next month you do it 20 times. Right. Again, I'm known for making fun of the loan signing agents and notary signing agents, but I don't do it to humiliate anybody. I do it because that's really what made the difference when I accepted. I looked myself in the mirror and I was like, Tech, I just did 3 months of loan signing. I just did 3 months back to back to back consecutively of being on SnapDocs. I just sat there for 3 months and I said, wow, I ain't doing this. Because this is the very thing I was trying to get away from. This is the very thing, because a loan signing company, a signing service could easily just say, you know what, we found somebody who can do that HELOC for $65 cheaper than what you did. So they can fire me. And I didn't want to be fired. I didn't ever want to have that on me. Like, oh, this person can control what I eat. This person can control how I work with my family. No, I want to control that. Nothing wrong with that. Again, you can do both. But you better understand that loan signing is a job. It's not a business. So for anybody who calls loan signing a business, that person is erroneous. They may not be doing it intentionally though. That's the only thing. I'm not calling people
unless like they do like Dawn does, where they go direct. If they're doing what Dawn does and because she goes direct to customer. Now, if you have the loan company, the title company spoon feeding you, no, it's not a business. You have a job for sure, because you don't know how to fish. They're doing the fishing for you. That's why your cut is so low. That's why they pay you so cheaply, because they hunted the meat, they killed the meat. So of course they're going to give you the scraps. That's the way of the wild.
That's nature.
That's nature. Exactly, bro.
Nature law. Yeah, that's natural law right there.
But you can't be mad at them for offering. When I because I didn't do any loan closing until, like, I was already doing specialty notary work for a while, right? And then it was a company called me, and this lady, I remember, because I was on another phone call, and I patched him in, Jamar Ra. I patched him into the phone call, and I was like, I wanted him to listen to it because I wasn't familiar with loan closing. So I told him mute his phone, and I started going over, these things. And this lady just kept rattling off stuff that she needs. So I'm like, as she telling me the things that she needs, I'm rattling off pricing. My pricing is going up, right? Like, yeah, we need scan back. Okay, cha-ching. We need this, cha-ching. We need FedEx run, cha-ching. So we're doing all of this stuff. And then I hit her with the price, right? It came up to like $250. And she was like, $250?
Oh my God.
We don't pay notaries that much money. I was like, really? How much are you paying notaries? She was like, $45 to $65. That's way out of our budget. I was like, well, okay, well, it's not for me then. Good luck, happy hunting on your thing. Tech, I promise you, that woman called me back in like 5 minutes and she did the deal.
I know she did.
That is when I realized that loan signing agents are getting jerked. When I mean jerked, I'm talking about blue balls jerked, yo. that girlfriend that you wanted to smash, but she'll never let you smash, nigga. Never.
She said, meet me after school. Meet me after school, and she never showed up.
Never. You getting jerked.
She said, wait for me.
You buying her flowers and candy and all of this stuff, and she's dating the jock. She shoos you away when her popular friends come over. Okay, get away now. Go. Go take your lunch. Go to the other table. You're getting jerked, my dude.
Yeah, save me a seat on the bus. When I'll be on the bus, so save me a seat. You sit there.
Yo, laugh emojis coming up. Y'all funny, man. Y'all know it's the truth what Tech's talking about. Like, it's a job. It is a job. And oh my gosh. And I felt you guys' pain. I wish I didn't. I should let you walk off the fucking cliff. But I felt your pain. And I said, and then that's when I researched what a loan signing agent was and what that position actually was. And I put it in my first book.
Yeah, hit them with that. I was fascinated by that. Yeah, I was very intrigued by that. And
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I actually went back and confirmed that too. So I went talked to somebody who was a loan signing agent, or they are currently a paralegal, but they were like a notary public, way back in early 2000, mid 2000, and they 100% confirmed that story. But go ahead, yeah. If you've never heard that story.
So if you haven't heard the story, ladies and gentlemen, the LSA, a loan signing agent, used to be two separate positions. Two. There was a signing agent that the title or escrow company would send out on the appointment the same day that the notary goes out. Okay, let me give you the backdrop and how I felt your pain and why you're getting jerked right now. They would send an in-house rep, which would be the signing agent. That was their title, signing agent or loan signing agent. Then they would send a notary public. Now, for those that ever did any loan closings, you know that you're actually going over some of the documents like you originated the loan somehow. Why are you going over documents and going and say, all right, this is your APR, this is, that was not your position at all. Y'all follow me? That was the position of the loan signing agent. All the loan. So now I want you to imagine a kitchen table. You have the client, you have the notary, you have the loan signing agent, and then you have the notary public. The loan signing agent is now telling the client, okay, he's doing the breakdown that notaries are doing now. And then he takes that page and he goes over to the notary and say, okay, I need you to stamp here and here. Bam, bam. She already did her job. All she's doing is stamping because she already verified the ID, everything. Her job is done as far as that's concerned. All she has to do is wait for the paper to get handed to her and she stamps. Bam, bam. Now they remove the position of the loan signing agent, and now they come up with this stupid term, a notary signing agent. You're doing the position of two people and getting paid for one. Mm. Again, that cheerleader is jerking you, my dude.
Yeah.
You still behind the bleachers, my dude. She's home. Eating Lipton tomato soup.
I read that in the book, man. I was like, wow, that's amazing. And it seems appropriate too. I'm like, of course, that's how things evolve. They try to consolidate. But I checked but here's the thing. At that time, people were gravitating toward the loan signing industry, and houses were being sold and people were being refinanced. So I get it. I understand the lure and the attraction and how people can find themselves so absorbed with it. So that's behavior. That's human behavior. People just naturally flock there. But like we say, if there's a crowd of people going one way, you got to make a left, bro. You got to get off the exit right here, man. Yeah. Do it a little differently.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy is when I had hired this notary out in Indiana. By the way, if you're watching this video, you shady little trick, that's the one that tried to snake a deal from me. Called the client. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I got stories for days. There's great notaries. Most of the time, there's great notaries, but then you got those few. You would never invite them to a family function. You got those. So I went on an assignment because I wanted to see all of the stuff that she did for loan closing. Not that I was even remotely interested in doing loan signings. I just wanted to see with my own eyes everything that it entailed so I can position my company to charge more for loan signings, right? Be like, hey, wait, are you doing a full package or a hybrid package, right? Right. So I'm understanding the whole terminology. And then while we're at the customer's house, the client's house, she shows me this non-disclosure agreement where there was this price at the bottom that said that the company, did you guys know that the non-disclosure agreement says how much that the company charged the client for that notary? Did you guys know that? So at the bottom of that non-disclosure agreement, it said $250, right? And she turns and looks at me and she's like, this is what the title company just charged our client right here. Said it right in front of her. Didn't give a shit. And I said right in front of her, nigga, I just got jerked. They jerked me. I was like, wait, so you're telling me they charged this lady $250? I charged $175. And I still have to break bread with you. So I had an extra $75 on the table. I should have squeezed that shit down and left them a penny.
Yes.
Left them a penny. But trust me, they're moving the money around. They're just not moving it towards you because you're not positioning yourself to receive and attract that bread.
Yeah, which is why we came on in the first place, to speak specifically about that positioning and the power of positioning and pricing and how you can do it overnight. You can really change it in one day. I mean, really, one session you could.
And this is a perfect time for a commercial break. Tech, hit them with the blue seal.
Blue Seal. So this is what we want to offer for you guys who are interested in being a notary business owner. If you've been involved with the notary industry for any amount of time, then one of the biggest things that you've probably run into is the ability to get clients. This is probably something that you've struggled with, or you find that is inconsistent getting clients. All right. Without clients, there is no lifeblood. There's no signings, there's no fingerprinting, there's no apostilles, there's no wedding. You need clients. So if you don't have clients, then you won't be in business for very long. So it's important that this is, one of the top things that you have to address. And what we do is we give you exactly that. All right. It's nothing confusing, ambiguous, or unknown about it. We deliver clients. So Blue Seal ads. But here's the sort of the cherry on top. And this is really what makes it. This is what, to me, is what separates it from anything out there that exists. So once you get a customer to call you, once this person gets on the phone, they decide you're the person who can help them, and then they call you, then what? So the first part of what we do is we deliver these qualified, high quality leads to you. But the second part is really where we separate ourselves from in our offering. And it's your ability to actually secure the appointments. And that's ultimately, at the end of the day, whether you do fingerprinting, wedding officiant, whether you do apostilles, whether you do process serving, adding all these services in an attempt to make yourself seem more hireable. Really, what we focus on is getting your phone to ring, number one, and then secondly, securing the client. So Blue Seal ads is powerful when, let's say I worked in a different industry. Let's say I worked in IT. I worked in like information technology, and then I wanted to help you get more notary clients. Well, let's say I'm actually a notary. Let's say I'm a living, breathing, practicing notary, and then I want to help you get clients. Who do you think would be a little bit more efficient at getting the client? The person who has a background in banking, or a person that has a background in technology, or the person who's actually a notary? Mm-hmm. There's a language that we speak, and there's a sentiment that we understand, and it is what separates. It's the reason why we can do it for 65 cents per lead versus somebody does it for $4 a lead. And, the ongoing support is really what also makes it that much more special. But if anybody, listen, at the end of the day, you're either going to be in business for a couple of days, or going to be in business for a couple of years. You still need clients either way around it. So it's important that, the one thing that you use your thousands of dollars of business credit, use it towards getting leads. The website, maybe it can wait. The brand new car with the decals and business cards and umbrellas and door hangers, maybe it can wait. Get the lead first. Secure the lead first.
That should be the entrepreneur's number one thing: client acquisition and making a profit. Client acquisition, make a profit. Because you could still acquire a client and then you lose, right? Well, like you actually are in the negative. Yes. That could be a bad situation. So to other people, that's probably one of the hardest things to do is get clients. So we are doing the heavy lifting. We're removing that element of it being difficult for you to get clients. We'll get them for you. And for a very, very short period of time, we're adding a mastermind to it. So you get complimentary entry into our mastermind. So you can see how we coach people up, how you can position your company to ask for more money, how to land bigger contracts, bigger deals, and not, be in a position like Demi Moore where you're stripping and dropping your pants because the person decided to over exaggerate your price that they were willing to pay anyway.
And you may not even realize that you do that. Like, the exercises, like the complementary training, not complimentary, but the supplemental training it will reveal a lot to you. Like, you may not realize that, oh, I'm going to drop my pants. And once we do one exercise, you'll quickly, oh, I see what I did there. You'll quickly see how easily someone who's just a little bit resistant to what you're offering. And again, you should expect it. You should expect people to object to what you're offering. And when they do, then you all of a sudden bend over time, baby. Like, you know what I mean? You don't realize that you do that. And we can help you with that. So,
ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I'm trying to get some of these YouTube checks. If I had the right formula, you guys know I'll share it with you. I don't have the formula, so I'm doing it old school and asking you guys to subscribe to the channel. I'm only a few hundred away. So for YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Trust me, them YouTube listen, okay, I'll let you guys go after this. Concentrate majority of your efforts when it comes to social media on YouTube.
Okay.
Instagram ain't paying like that. They reneging on how they want to pay creators. I'm not saying that you guys can't get clients and customers off of it, but I am saying if you guys want to start making some of that digital money, that passive income, and you're on social media already, pour a majority of your efforts on YouTube. Make YouTube your number one priority channel. Take the people from TikTok, bring them over to YouTube. Take the people from Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, bring them over to YouTube. Because once your channel gets monetized, listen, I'm seeing people bring in $50,000 a month on YouTube. YouTube gives you the platform to create your own media company. When I say media company, I want you to imagine your media company like ABC. Does ABC cover the news? Yes. Does ABC give you specials and Disney and cartoons and stuff? Yes, they give you all of this stuff. You now have the capabilities of creating your own media channel with a cell phone.
Wow.
With a cell phone. Some of you guys have the Apple phone. That shit got a better camera than HD cameras that you would buy. Start creating and building up your YouTube audience now. You could thank me later. I got a buddy that's about to get monetized probably today. The way his videos are moving, he might get monetized today, and he's only been doing it for 2 weeks. I've been doing it for 7 years. I'm baffled.
Yeah.
How quickly he was able to move up the ranks. He's going to start getting checks. And the beautiful thing about it, Tech, is that for every video that people watch, you're getting a piece of the pie for all of that. That's compound.
Wow.
That's a compound effect. But anyway, I got to make some runs. Tech, last words, brother?
No, I'm out. Go to drtech.com. Find out more about what we have to offer. BlueSealAds.com. Look at, follow me on Instagram if you want to, but the links are all there. drtech.com. You can see everything that we have to offer, but Blue Seal Ads is definitely your next stop. If you are a notary public and you get less than 3 calls a day, that's not good. If you get less than 3 calls a day, it's not good. Okay. Go to bluesealads.com. Let us help you.
Yeah. Peace out.
Later.